Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing alright, chilling, enjoying their day nice and lovely. Today, more greedier mode. What can you expect? I'm just trying to get it out the way, you know? Trying to push this into the sidebar or something. I'm just quoting Northern Lion, man. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. I'm gonna be completely real with y'all. If there is one thing I am slightly opposed slash like, I don't really know, you know, I guess, I don't know. There's one thing I want to complain about, alright? There's one thing I want to complain about. It's really dumb and honestly very stupid, and it's so dumb. So recently, I have been, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not engaged in connections, but I have seen it before. I've seen Northern Lion play it. I used to play a game that was very similar to Connections. It was a website, I forgot the name of the website, but it was like the same exact plot where it was you have to match up these 4 words. It was like Connections with an extra step though, because at the end you then had to supply the reasoning for what the connection was, you know what I mean? So say one for example, one of them for example is spoilers or whatever for today's connection. No, it's not even spoilers, it will be yesterday's. So for you guys, yesterday's connection, or the connections on 7/10/2025, one of them was, it was tire, rim, spoke, and hub. And I knew those are parts of a wheel. So I did the connection. And then after you like connect them, it tells you, oh, they're parts of a wheel. But the game that I used to play was essentially that part was missing. So I would know, hey, all of these 4 connect to make the part of a wheel. And then once you finished matching up all of the connections, like all the words, you would then have to go back and it would ask you, what were these connections, you know? And you would have to like answer, oh, these are the parts of a wheel or whatever, and you'd get it right or wrong or something, you know? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, let's eat that. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's solid, you know? I'm gonna be real. I actually very much enjoyed, I used to play the shit out of that other one, that other like pseudo connections game. So I'm familiar with the concept of connections, and recently I have gotten into it because of some people in another Discord. They have been doing the connections. And I didn't realize they did it until I checked the channel, and I was like, you know what, man, let me give this a try. I remember, it was a specific day. It was a specific day they did the connections or whatever, and they were talking about like, oh, you cheated on this or whatever, and it's like, yeah, maybe, you know? And I'm gonna be so real with you, I was like, damn, okay, if admitting to cheating here, then like how hard can the connections really be, you know? So I decided to give it a try myself. I was like, you know what, let's see. Let's subject myself to today's connections, and let's see how bad it really is. And I'm gonna be real with you, it wasn't horrible. There was one though. It was the purple connection, and this is where my issue comes with this stupid ass game. The purple connection were these words that were like completely unrelated. It was like parsnip, wallop, you know, something like that. And if you did the connections, you found out, hey, these 4 words share a, what's their like shared thing. You're not gonna believe what I'm about to say. You're not gonna believe what this quote unquote supposed shared connection is. The connection is that the ending of the words are all synonyms for cut. So wallop would be lop, you lop something off. Parsnip, the last 4 is snip, you snip something, you know? And I'm gonna be so real with you, when I saw that, I was like, whoever is making these connections needs to be like killed, bro. We cannot let this slide. In good conscience, I'm sorry, we cannot be letting this shit slide, bro. Because that is awful. What do you mean the connection is the endings are synonyms for cut? No. Who thinks of that? I'm being so real with you, man. I did it and I was like, I damn near am about to like cut my own like legs off or something. You feel me? Like there's no way. This cannot be a real thing. You guys are fucking with me. But no, it was real. It was real, bro. Someone just decided, you know what, for today's connection, I'm gonna make it something insanely arbitrary and no one's ever gonna get it. Because who thinks of that? Who thinks of that, bro? Like I'm not even joking. The only way I managed to get it was because I decided let's just circle back on this later. And I figured everything else out beforehand. That's the only way I managed to make it work, is I had to single-handedly figure everything else out beforehand in order to be like, okay, these are literally the last 4 words. They're the only ones that connect, so I'll connect them and I'll see what the game tells me. And that's when I found out that stupid shit, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Like, I'm sorry. Look. I'm not a crossword guy. I kind of am. I think crosswords are cool, but I never do them much because I'm gonna be real with you. I think I'm just too dumb for crosswords. You know what I mean? Or maybe crosswords aren't like a dumb thing. Maybe it's like, you know, the crosswords are a game. So maybe if you play them enough, you'll start to pick up on patterns as like most things. You know what I mean? You'll pick up on the crossword ruling / like rhetoric or whatever. And you'll understand, oh, okay, I see it. I see it now. I see the through line. Y'all thought I was missing it, but I actually got it in my brain, you know? Regardless of any of that BS. I don't know, bro. You know, I don't even know. Cause I thought I was doing solid, I guess. You know, I'm actually not gonna consume this because it has a chance to explode and I don't want to kill myself doing that. You feel me? I'm not trying to accidentally end my own life in Isaac, bro. So let's just skip that for now. And who knows, maybe we'll get like a free bomb or something later and it'll pay off by itself. Who knows, maybe, I don't know. But just like, dude, oh my god, it's so, what's the word I'm thinking of, man? It pisses me off, bro, because it's not the first time I've done it. Same with just connections, man. That shit got me, because it's like, I don't know. What are the rules? You know what I mean? What's the ruling? What causes a connection or whatever to be like, yeah, this is a valid, we think this is a valid like word for the connections. This will really puzzle the people playing this. And it's like, yeah, it's doing something, all right, bro. It's making me pissed because this is the stupidest connection I ever heard in my life. What do you mean the last letters are what's it called, like the last like end of the word is a synonym for cut? I remember seeing one or whatever where like the whole thing was the last like parts of the word or whatever are like counting numbers. Like gone is 1, you know, or something like that. Uno, dos, tres. That type of shit. And I hear that, I see that, and I'm like, no, what are we doing, man? Like, I know people play these puzzle games to like, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know, it's not even puzzle games, bro. It's just like torture. You know, there are certain puzzle games out there people play for the sake of like, oh, I want to play it because it's fun or something like that. You know what I mean? Doesn't everyone do that, Tony? I'm stupid. Like, I made a bad argument. You know, I like playing this game because it like puts my brain to the test. You know what I mean? I like puzzle games because they maybe not measure my intelligence, but they make my brain work. You know, when you make your brain work for something, you feel a little better about it because you're like, that was more effort, you know, than just mindlessly turning off your brain. You actually had to think. At least that's how I feel about it. If I'm doing a puzzle game, I enjoy some puzzle games and stuff like that because it makes my brain think, you know what I mean? The more my brain hurts, like the more I feel like I'm growing it. It's getting the folds in it as we speak. Type of deal. Yeah, bro. It's unfortunate we can't grab like Glass Eye or Mama Mega or something. I mean, Mama Mega's not the greatest thing in greed mode, I guess. So it's not too bad, I guess, that I missed out on it. I don't know. It deals my damage, which is good, but it's a health up. No, I'm grabbing it. I don't care. It's a health up, man. I need health. I don't know, bro. I'm just a little, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't want to say confused, but like, it low-key does confuse me sometimes. I'm gonna be 100%. You know, I'm just gonna keep it a giant stack with you. That's not horrible. You know what? We're gonna eat that. I want to eat that. I have decided. But yeah, I don't know, bro. You feel me? I just don't like puzzle. Not even like puzzle. I wouldn't even call it like, I guess technically they are puzzles, but like I wouldn't even call it like your typical sort of puzzle deal. You know what I mean? Though that type of word game shit, whatever you want to call it, bro. If you stretching my brain thin, I can't lie. All right, let's stop this. Let's stop this real quick. It makes me feel stupid. As someone who already kind of feels dumb on occasion, but you know, sometimes I have these moments where I think, hey, I'm not that dumb. Doing the like connections and shit or crosswords, they make me feel stupid again, you know? I'm gonna be so real with you. Doing that shit makes me feel stupid again, because a part of me is just like, oh, I'm like, you know, I see people do it and it's like, oh, it's the easiest thing ever, and I'm like, oh, obviously, how could I not have known? How could I not have known, you know? Like, for me, my puzzle game, dude, you can't do that to me. That's fucked up, bro. My like puzzle brain game that's like maybe not a daily sort of game, you know, the way like the crossword is daily or connections or Wordle or whatever is daily. I like to do Picross. That's why I literally bought a whole ass Picross game on the Switch themed after a VTuber I know literally nothing about because it was a Picross game. And I'm like, you know what, bro, the game is fire. Honestly, I'm gonna be so real. The game is peak. I know literally zero to nothing about the lady, but I'll be damned if it ain't fun to play, you know? I'm gonna be so real with you. And so, that's the game I decided to choose. You know, Sudoku could be cool. I mean, Sudoku is kind of cool. You know, I've done it sometimes. On occasion, I've done Sudoku. But it makes my brain itch a little too much for my liking. You feel me? You guys ever play that shit before, bro? Oh my god, I forget. If he stands still, he's doing the... If he stands still, he's doing the plus. If he folds his arms over himself, he's doing that, yeah. Okay, plus. Come on. Maybe plus. Oh, spawning. Okay. That's plus. I don't know why. I'm just like worried. You can't do this, man. I hate this game so much. This game pisses me. I wasn't even touching it. I wasn't even touching it, bro. Run the tape back. Run the tape back. I'm not even fucking playing with you, bro. Fuck you. Oh my god, I'm not even playing with you, man. Run that stupid ass tape back. I did not touch that shit, bro. Spawning an angel as part of my stupid fight. I think this game should be deleted from my fucking hard drive, bro. I do not give a fuck. Why am I getting hit? I'm literally not touching it, bro. I'm literally not even touching it. What is the deal? With airline food, sorry, my bad. Very dumb, I know, my apologies. Oh, it's over. It's over for this game, bro. I don't even know it, man. This man is already dead. He doesn't even know it. This stupid ass game, bro. God almighty, this dumb ass game pisses me the hell off sometimes. I was literally getting hit and I wasn't, like, my hitbox wasn't even there. You know what I mean? The game was hoeing me, dare I say. Whatever, bro. Whatever. Honestly, I don't even care anymore. It's not that big a deal. Just tank it and leave. Just tank it and leave, bro. Like I was saying, Sudoku's cool, bro. I don't know. Sometimes I try and like do a Sudoku puzzle every once in a while, and I just feel a little dumb. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I just like, I stretch my brain too hard, you know? I feel like sometimes I just stretch my brain too hard, and it's like, Tony, you were never built for that, bro. Oh my goodness, that is such a good item, but the locust does double. You know what? We're getting crazy. We're getting wicked, bro. I don't even care. We getting wicked. My friend, he would approve of this play. Some of my friends wouldn't. Some of my friends might think, Tony, you are actually a moron. But I know a friend of mine. He lives for the Zane factor, low-key, and I respect it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get a little too far in the Zane and you lose sight of trying to win the run. Other times you get a little too deep in the Zane and the Zane stares back, you know? And when it stares back, that's when it's beautiful. You make eye contact with the Zane and it knows, it respects you. You feel me? Do y'all feel me on this? You might be thinking, Tony, you're crazy. Tony, you're dumb. Am I dumb? Or is this such a next level of thinking? You feel me? Copium. Copium, is he stupid or is he actually next level genius that y'all would have never thought of this play? You feel me? Fucking Prowly Magus in his holy congregation or whatever, bro. What is this? Call that Majula or something. I don't know. Alright, we do need you, 1 for some extra keys, 2 for the spirit heart. Because I don't want to die. Look at that! Look at, did y'all see that, bro? The Wisp is goated. He just murdered him. Is the Wisp low-key the greatest item known to man? The Wafer Wisp? Perhaps. We shall find out more soon enough. If I can manage to get Hive Mind, that is a necessity. Hive Mind, or I believe BFFs. I believe BFFs would work too. But we need to, like, get lucky to get that. You feel me? We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, maybe this run could turn good. My apologies. I had to clear my throat, bro. What else is here? Evil Eye. See, that's good. We can describe it. We need the health anyways. We need the health anyways, you know, there's no shame in grabbing that. This might be a dumb thing. Okay, so there is a method. When you're playing Jacob and Esau, if you have pause, you can send Esau out and pause as he is interacting. Tainted Jacob and Esau. And you can pause while he's like inside the enemy's hitbox or whatever, and it's damn near an instant melt. Because the enemy is paused, they can't move. You're doing constant damage due to Isao, like flaming self attacking the enemy. But Isao's technically an enemy, so he also freezes in the boss, just doing constant tick damage essentially. Do y'all think there is a chance in hell that it works with the flies? You feel me? Can I pause the flies mid-travel and just murder someone? An enemy, an Isaac. not someone. I shouldn't say someone. I should clarify. I'm not murdering people. Oh god. The game just froze for a second. What happened? I didn't know Isaac could lag like this. Hello? It's not like anything crazy going on my PC, you know? The command line ain't boot up yet. I'm playing. Did y'all see? Oh, you know what? Speaking of the command line booting up, hold on. Actually, give me a second. Oh god. Oh god. Let me clear this wave, and then I will explain to y'all some dirty dealing info that was provided to me. / I've spoken on this before. You know, hold on. Give me a second. All right, so big news for what's the word I'm thinking of? Call of Duty haters, all right? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. That's unfortunate. Okay, but like I was saying, big news for Call of Duty haters. Recently, Call of Duty World War II was just released onto Xbox Game Pass. However, in case y'all are unaware, Call of Duty World War II has the unfortunate side effect of being released previous to Call of Duty, I think it was Modern Warfare 2019 or whatever. So you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, let me tell you, there is an exploit that has existed in almost every single Call of Duty previous to 2019, or I think previous to Cold War. No, previous to 2019. And locust damage is increased by 25%. It's worth it rather than just getting the one big locust, you know? I think it's totally worth it other than just getting the big locust. But, dude, hello? Oh, it pauses the projectiles in air and it actually lets them like fall. That's cool. Okay, so like I was saying, my bad. I got a little sidetracked with the game of Isaac here. What ended up happening with a lot of these games is, for some reason, there is an exploit in these games that people, it's like a large vulnerability that people have just been able to essentially get into the game and either A, execute things on your PC, or, you know, I think it's called like remote code execution. Essentially, they get access to your desktop, I believe, or in general, people have just been, what's the word I'm thinking of? As a whole, damn it, what's the word I'm thinking of? Just as a whole, able to like kick you or ban you, you know, get you off of the game. And there have been some funny clips. Maybe you guys have seen it, or like, you know, there was this guy who got, because of this RCE shit, he got banned from Call of Duty World War II. And the reasoning was, you know, the game said it, the reasoning was for being British. We have banned you from our game for being British. And it's like, haha, that's funny, you know? However, it has also been known to boot you off the game, which has been affecting Call of Duty Zombies, what's the word I'm thinking of, YouTubers / players, for a very, very, very long time. I'm not even joking. A very long time. It is some of the most unfortunate, dumb bullshit I have ever seen in my life. And the fact that it was released onto Game Pass without any sort of like discretion that this existed, I'd be thinking, Tony, they didn't know. Brother in Christ, they have known for years. They have, this is not a new problem, you know what I mean? I've said it before, I will say it again. This is not a new problem where it's like, oh, you gotta defend the company because like they didn't know any better, you know? Trust me, if they knew that this issue was a thing, they would have never released it on Game Pass. I highly doubt it, because it has been a thing for all of their older titles for many, and I mean this with the utmost, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Respect / for realness. It has been known for many, I'm talking the ancient scriptures, bro, level of years. This is not news. That's what makes it so much more baffling, is that this is something that they had addressed themselves on Black Ops 3 a while back, but then it was almost immediately just disregarded because people managed to just find, like, you know, another RCE exploit to do on that game. So now, thanks to my goat, Sirius, or Anthony, he has managed to make it so Black Ops 3 is safe and playable, you know, by using these, you know, like this alternate method or whatever. It's not its own client, but it's some, I couldn't explain it to you really because I'm not super technical on that. You could probably watch a YouTube video, just type in like Sirius Black Ops 3 T7 patch or some shit, bro, and I guarantee you he's got the video, and he literally in the video is like, oh, here's an explanation for all of this, by the way, here's how this works. And this is because of the way it works. This is why you guys should never, hopefully, you guys should never experience this going forward. Which is goated, you know? Shout out to that guy. It's unfortunate that it takes one man in the community in order to alleviate / do something that should have been removed from a game a long time ago, you know? Curse of the Blind, honestly, thankfully, due to the way this guy works, Curse of the Blind isn't necessarily a shot in the foot. As long as it's held above my head, I can still eat the item technically. But dude, yeah, it's highly unfortunate, you know, that this is a thing that exists in the year of our Lord 2025, that these RCE exploits still exist in these older Call of Duty titles. Now, we'll say I'm an optimistic guy, you know. You guys, literally last episode I was talking about we need more optimism, less negativity on YouTube and shit like that, because I hate seeing all this negative ass content towards Halo. I'm an optimistic guy, alright? This is not news. I am slightly optimistic. I'm hopeful that maybe because they had the, I guess not audacity, but they were stupid enough to put World War II on Game Pass without ever patching or fixing that RCE exploit. And now, because people are like, hey, let me play this game, it's free now, and then it's like, oh shit, this free game could potentially, like, literally just fuck me up really bad PC wise. Maybe they'll realize, okay, we need to fix this, we need to patch this, and maybe a permanent solution will come by. Like I said, highly doubt it, but I am hopeful that maybe, I guess you would call, a wake-up call for, I don't even know who is responsible. Activision, the publisher, maybe Microsoft as a whole, where it's like, hey, this is bad. You don't want to put a game on Game Pass that could literally fuck with people's PCs, you know what I mean? That's I'm assuming a no-go. So hopefully, like I said, this will be some sort of, hey, maybe we should fix this, or hey, maybe we should get Activision on fixing this shit. And maybe doing so will be able to fix all the other Black Ops games. Literally, it's not just a Black Ops 3 or World War II issue, it's every single Call of Duty before 2019. Maybe it'll get fixed. I fucking doubt it. But in that doubt, I also have a little bit of hope, where my brain is like, maybe, just maybe, Tony, your prayers will be answered, you know? Because it's just so crazy to me that there's like a game that unsafe, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, you know? There is a game that unsafe that is allowed to exist on what's the word I'm thinking of? On that, you know? On the platform. It's crazy. It's just crazy to think about. And I don't even think it's necessarily like a dumb take or whatever to be like, hey, they should fix their older game. You know, they should fix their older game that has a major exploit that is very bad and dangerous. One, it happened to me before when I dared to stream a game that I enjoy. I have gotten booted offline by people using these RCE exploits. You know what, let's get a shield in. It's not bad, a shield's never bad. You're back. You're back, you want me so bad, bro. Imagine. Imagine. Sorry. I got very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Excited for a second there. I should chill out. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to do. You guys might be thinking, Tony, you were gonna crooked penny that. No. I wanted to save it so I can eat it all. I didn't trust myself to do another double, so that's why I didn't go for it. But I did want to at least eat more than just, you know, just a few of those items to turn into flies. You feel me? And it worked. It worked like a damn charm. I don't know, man, you know? So yeah, that's some slight news updates for you guys, you know, I guess in the gamer sphere, is that from what I know also, it has been not updated, but they released a statement saying, hey, we are aware of an issue. They didn't even bother to explain what said issue is. Mind you, said issue is a very, very bad and dangerous thing that could potentially happen to your PC, in that people will be able to essentially access your desktop. And this is not fear-mongering, by the way. I want to apologize if I am somehow instilling the fear of God in y'all out there. I do not mean for this to come off as like there is something very dangerous out right now and we need to stop this, you know? I don't mean to kind of come off that way. The way I mean to sort of come off is, hey, maybe pass with a little bit of discretion, I guess. You know what I mean? Look shit up, guys. Get knowledge. I don't want, let alone any viewer of mine, to want to, I guess, play something or experience something that I think is really cool in Call of Duty Zombies, and then all of a sudden, due to just, you know, negative third parties or whatever, oh, I'm cooked. You know what I mean? There are workarounds that people have found out to avoid these sort of RCE exploits. However, at risk of having Activision and all of their stupidity cease and desist or be like, hey, you guys can't work on this, I will not share words. There are things out there you can find on your own, definitely, but I will not speak on it too much. It just sucks, you know what I mean? It sucks because I will speak on one story. In, I believe it was the Black Ops 3 client, the boy client it was known as. Its sole purpose was, hey, there's this issue with what's it called? These Black Ops 3 games. You know, Black Ops 3, it has its own issue, so we decided let's make our own client in order to, you know, with this your own client or whatever, you can avoid these RCE exploits and stuff like that. Instead, Activision got wind of it and was like, hey, stop working on that. Okay, Activision, are you gonna do anything about it? No, we're not. You got to stop working on that, you know? And it's just like, it's infuriating. It's like, this is so stupid, you know what I mean? It's so dumb, because it's got me thinking, like, why would you want them to stop working on it, bro? It makes one of your older, most popular titles playable. You know, you could, I'm not even joking, from a money-making perspective, it would get most likely more people to play it knowing I can play this game on PC safely. And you guys never put that bitch on sale anyways, so people are gonna pay a full-ass $60, potentially more, for Black Ops 3 to play what was a really good game without the worry of, you know, maybe someone is like, hey, I heard that there's this weird exploit. I don't really know how to go like fixing it or whatever, so I'm just not gonna buy the game. Brother, if you fix the shit, people wouldn't have to worry about it. You would get more sales, guaranteed. I'm not even fucking joking. People would 100% that are at least aware of it, this exploit, and don't want to buy the game due to it, will 1000% be way more like open to just like, all right, let me hop on the game. You feel me? I don't know. It just feels so dumb, I guess is what I'm trying to say, man. It feels so dumb the way this shit kind of goes down sometimes. It pisses me off, honestly. I'm being so for real. It pisses me off. Because it's like, it's bad, you know, it's just horrible. Some of the shit is really fucking horrible. Give me a second, y'all. I don't know, man. Get your shit together, please. Alright, my apologies, y'all. Just had to step out for a second. My bad. But yeah, it's just unfortunate set of circumstances, I guess, surrounding the video game that is Call of Duty World War II. You know, it's sucks. What can you really do about it, though? Not much we could do. You feel me? Not much that like we as humans could do besides like just complain, maybe. You know, sometimes they do make their complaints heard. I couldn't tell you exactly what scenario or instance, but you know, it happens sometimes. Optimistic much, Tony, you know? Tony optimistic about the stupidest thing on planet Earth? Parentheses? I don't know. Parentheses. What is he talking about, bro? Where did parentheses come from? All I need is a goated item to be in this angel deal, and this will all be worth it. I'm not even joking. I just need a good item in the angel deal. This will all be worth. Have mercy on my soul! Have mercy on my soul, man! Mercy! Yo, this character sucks. Okay, it's dead. And then one more. Oh, one more. Devil deal? Really? Are you fucking playing with me, bro? Girl, why are you playing with me? Alright, we eat it because the item itself is trash, but we eat it for the extra fly. And then we just consume that, and then we move on. We move on with our merry way. And we just gotta hope and pray that something solid maybe happens. Who knows? Oh, yes! Useless! I can't do anything with that. Give me... Oh, hold on. God damn it, man! I guess I wasn't being called, my bad. I muted for nothing, apparently. What? I could have rerolled that. I'm so stupid. Moron, man. Tony, when good ideas are brought up, parentheses, I am not looking. I'm actively avoiding this. But just, shit, I don't know, man. You know, at this point, I'm not out of topics or whatever, but it's just like, that last topic kind of brought me down, you know what I mean? It just sucks to think about, man, honestly. It's something that I love dearly, too, you feel me? Believe me, like, it's not like, oh, World War II zombies, who gives a fuck, you know? Like, I think World War II zombies does kind of have some bad zombies maps. Or World War II in general. Like, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of all of the zombies maps, but I know the first two that came out, it was like the kind of like basic survival map in the house. That was a really, like, unironically, a really cool and fun survival map. And then the like the actual on disc maps, those were really good. I know that for a fact. The on disc maps were actually really good and solid, surprisingly, I guess you would say, you know, for a non-Activision or for a non-Treyarch zombies. But you know, at one point I did want to play them, so it does suck kind of just knowing that, like, A, either it's gonna get fixed, or B, now that people have learned that there is an RCE exploit on that game. Because I actually, you know, it's funny, in the little time I had to step out, I decided, you know what, man, I don't like spreading misinformation. I'm going to do some slight research, because I did know there was RCE exploits. However, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do some slight research on this. I just want to make sure that whatever I'm spewing in recordings is 100% factual. Or at least, to the best of my knowledge, 100% factual. And that is, I did some small research, and it turns out that up until now, I believe, it has been believed that the Windows version of Call of Duty World War II would be, I guess, non-exploitable due to two reasons. One, it hasn't been exploited yet. And two, usually the Windows versions of the games, of the COD games, have like extra updates, like additional add-ons to it. So they are, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, damn it, what is the word I'm thinking of? Not necessarily like more accessible, but they got these updates. So hopefully with these updates in mind, it would have either A, made it harder for an exploit to happen, or B, in general, just made the exploit impossible to be like a thing. Unfortunately, though, it turns out people were optimistic, hopeful. Turns out it was unfounded optimism, because only took a week. From what I remember, I think it released on Game Pass on the 2nd. It took until the 8th, I believe. So like literally only a week, and it already got shut down due to the RCE thing. Or not shut down, but the multiplayer was taken down. Taken offline, I guess you would call it, for these RCE exploits. So it's just, it sucks. Which, like I said, I'm a big fan of, what's the word I'm thinking of? I actually really like the on-disc maps of World War II zombies. So I did want to play that at some point. But either A, it gets fixed and everything's fine and dandy, or B, like with most other things, someone's just gonna make a workaround to help it work. Or just option C, the game just dies because nothing is done about it. Anyways, want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time reviewing this. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.